If you're clicking on this YouTube video, this is going to be a how-to video. I'm just going to show how to do the dodge, perfect dodge, reflection 1 and 2. And probably the more interesting part will be the counter 1 and counter 2, plus the chain versions of both of these. I know for me personally, I didn't figure out how to do these till I was about like 90 hours into the game. And there's not really any great guides online. And so even though this video might be kind of primitive as I'm filming off of just my iPhone, I think this video will help you out if you're trying to figure out how to do these moves. Because I know on the videos I watched, some of them just weren't that good. So we'll get right into it. This should only be about a 5-minute video. So I have just some pre-recorded gameplay here. We'll skip to about minute 50. So I won't say I'm the best Stellar Blade player, but I'm pretty good overall. I did recently get the platinum on Sekiro. So this game's kind of similar to Sekiro in that you need to parry. So this first one will be showing the perfect dodge reflection 1. This is very simple. You just need to hit the O button right before you get hit to do that slow motion. It's kind of like a secondary move to add on to the perfect dodge. So in this first one, I'm going to show you the most complicated version. You can just hold square. But then to do the square plus the extra attacks, you're going to have to hit, O for a perfect dodge. And then you're going to have to go square, triangle, O in that succession. So it'll show you right about here. So, and with that, you just need to kind of go square, then O, then triangle, then O. Kind of just go around this, doing each one as you go, and that should work. So these aren't that complicated, but this next one, you just hold triangle. It's pretty simple. Now with this one, I found to get this to work, you just want to hold after your perfect dodge O. You want to hold triangle and O at the same time, as shown right here. So these are kind of just additional moves you can add to your attacks. They aren't going to do a bunch of more damage, but this is just going to make your gameplay more interesting, I would say. It definitely, some of the bosses, you would get hit if you do these. So, especially for these L1 counter chains, you're going to want to try and do this on the very last attack of an enemy. So if you know their patterns, this is how you can make this look good. So probably the biggest problem with doing these moves that's confusing is that your L1 button, I'll pause it real quick. Your L1 button right here is binded to these move sets. So if you just hit L1 and do anything else with these, you're not going to do this parry chain move. You're going to instantly go to an L1, probably square. And so it can be a little confusing. You have to let the whole animation of the blocking animation play out. I'll back it up a little bit. You can actually see that in these videos right here, that Eve will do the animation, but she doesn't start out blocking. You have to hit the full button and get a perfect parry from just one button press. You can't, because it's easier to parry if you hold this and then tap L1. That's how you can, because if you get hit, you're going to take more damage than if you're just blocking. You'll take chip damage. So if you actually just tap the button and then you do the holds, it'll work. See how I just had the tap animation? So for this one, you are just holding down triangle and square triangle and O at the same time. So once you know this, it makes sense. And for practice, I usually just hit on the third time against this practice enemy. If you get better, you could do it on like the second hit, but just for at least showing, I usually did it on the third hit. So this will actually be our last one. This one you're holding triangle to just get that animation. Then this one is just triangle and O. So that would just be holding both those two. So I believe I did mistake this last one. It is the more complicated of the two. But it's just like your dodge reflection. You just need to... One second. You just need to essentially go around this semicircle, holding square, holding triangle, and then holding O. And as Eve does the animations, is like, as you can input the buttons, there's actually a very large window to do these moves. So anyways, this will be the end of the video. I hope this was helpful. I know I'm not the best at explaining this, but I think you can figure it out if you just know that this L1 button has to be a press and it has to be timed perfect. You can't like hold it then press L1. It just won't work. At the end of the video, I kind of just show what it's like to see that L1 go up. See how like a second before there I had no L1 pushed. So I'm blocking, not blocking, and then bang. So anyways, I personally could not figure this out for a long time, and even on Reddit, YouTube comments, just like nothing was working. So anyways, I hope you have a great day.